eat to live, or you live to eat. But sadly, do you know that there are 250 million Indians today who can't live because they can't eat, don't have enough food? Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good morning.
Good morning.
Today I'm going to talk to you about the curse called hunger and what it means to people who suffer from it. What it means to better off society like us. Why does it exist? And what can we do about it? It's 1:45 p.m. afternoon time during office hours. It's a typical lunch hour when your stomach starts growling for food and you are stuck in a client call with no hope of the call getting ended. Your mind starts giving you hallucinations of food and your chicken box. Do you know what I'm talking about? That stomach-wrenching feeling called being hungry. Now multiply that feeling 3 times and imagine the state of some 20 lakh Indians who are going to sleep with pain in their guts tonight. Or some 250 million Indians who live in the state of chronic starvation every day. Hunger remains the number 1 cause of fatality in India, much ahead of ailments like cancer, tuberculosis, malaria or HIV. In fact, according to a UN data, some 25 lakh Indians die each year due to hunger. Yes, 25 lakhs. The problem does not end at hunger. There is a problem beyond hunger called malnutrition. 70% of women or children in this country are equipped with serious nutritional deficiencies like anemia, and 30% of all children newborn are underweight. What future does it hold for such people and their families? Despite rapid improvement in our health sector and 8% growth in GDP every year, we are still remaining in a country where malnutrition remains a silent emergency. Now, what is the problem? Is the problem with the amount of food we have? Don't we have enough food to feed the hungry? Not at all. In fact, India is the second largest producer of food in the world, and India's economy is primarily agricultural. Still, it does not explain why right in the heart of our country, in the state of Madhya Pradesh, there are more undernourished children than the entire sub-Saharan Africa. Yes, it's a UN data. So, where lies the problem? Let me talk to you on the crux of the problem. Are we a food wasting country? Yes. We waste food at many levels, but I broadly classify it into 2. At society level and at governance level. At governance level, the problem lies mainly due to inadequate infrastructure for supply, distribution and storage. But I will come to the more important point of social distribution, because it's more personal. Now, do you know that as per another data, tons of food each day is wasted at restaurants, wedding parties and private functions. In fact, as per another data, 20% of cooked food produced at restaurants is wasted quite normally each day. Not only that, another statistic says that in the city of Mumbai alone, the amount of food wasted in Mumbai parties each day is enough to feed the entire city's vast slum population. Now, what do we do as responsible citizens to fight this curse for hunger? I have a few suggestions which are, I think, practical and easy to implement. Point number 1, please don't throw your leftovers. We go to a restaurant, we order our favorite meal, and the moment our tummies are satisfied, we leave the half-left bowl of our favorite dish, thinking it's a foregone meal. Is it right? And can't we just pack it and go home with it? In fact, some of us think a little more creative. They think extra and think, why not we pack it up and leave it with the first unfortunate soul on the way? But I ask you, is this also right? Isn't it demeaning for a poor, hungry soul on the road to be given your tidbits and your leftovers to feed upon? My suggestion is, if you are left with food at restaurants, please pack it up. Please store it in the fridge and consume it next day. The food will still be good. Point number 2, feed the hungry. Now I said it is demeaning to throw your extra food to an unfortunate soul on the road, but you can feed the hungry with a little more humanity. Cook some extra food, order extra dish in the restaurant, and feed a hungry soul on the road with more open heart. Point number 3, manage your refrigerator. Often what we do is we take our food items and we keep pushing it backwards in the refrigerator, trying to make space for new food items. And the food item at the back of the fridge is like history. You don't know about it till you clean the refrigerator 2 months later. But what we can do is manage our refrigerator properly, keep the food items in visible range so that we can consume it in timely fashion and let it not go waste. Point number 4, do not let the food at parties go to waste. We have many organizations these days who will be glad to pick up your food and distribute it to the needy people. Just talk to your caterers and manage a system for the extra food which is being left at the parties. Plan it beforehand. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, I come to you in front of you today asking to be a little more responsible, a little more thoughtful in your actions. And I end this with a quote from beloved Mother Teresa. When a poor soul dies on the road due to hunger, it is not because God did not take care of him. It is because neither you nor I were ready to give him or her what she or he needed. Thank you.